All right, so today what we're going to be doing, well, first off, welcome to my channel. I'm the Math Test Prep Pro, and I'm here to review with you 5 different problems, or 5 similar types of problems that are common on standardized tests. And we're just going to kind of work through these 5 problems so you can kind of get a hang of like how to do subtracting polynomials. And sometimes they call it simplifying the expression. But what it is we're subtracting 2 polynomials. All right. So first things first, let's look at the problem. So what it's asking you to do is you want to subtract the polynomials. The problem says 6x squared plus 4x minus 5 minus the sum of 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, on the left-hand side, everything in that left bracket or left parentheses is just going to come down. Stay the same. So there's no function, nothing happened with it, right? All right. So the next one, the next bracket, you might have that urge to just drop the parentheses, put a minus sign, and then just drop the parentheses and just put everything down here and then just combine like terms. But that's not what you're supposed to do. So you got to imagine in front of the parentheses is a 1, right? That's actually right there, -1. And what you're going to do is you're going to distribute that -1 to each one of the terms of the polynomial in the second parentheses. So -1 times 2x squared is minus 2x squared. -1 times 3x is minus 3x. And then -1 times plus of 1 is -1. And then from here, all you got to do is combine like terms. So we notice here we got an x squared and an x squared, so we can combine those two. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So it's going to be 4x squared. And then I notice in here we got some x's. So if I have 4 x's and I'm minus a 3x, that's going to leave me with 1 x. So it's positive x. Then we have 2 constants here, -5 and -1. So when you add those together, you get -6. So the answer for this problem is 4x squared plus x minus 6. So the 2 areas of caution, number 1, the minus sign. Remember, you're not just minusing and dropping the parentheses. You want to, that's a -1. You got to distribute that -1 to each term. The other thing you got to remember is you're only combining like terms in the second step here. So for instance, the x squared cannot be combined with an x term. You can only combine the x squared with themselves and x with themselves. All right, let's move along. Next one. Number 2, simplify the expression. All right, now it has different phrasing. You're actually subtracting polynomials here, but they might say simplify the expression. So the same method, left-hand side, we just drop the parentheses, keep everything the same. Here, it's actually a -1 right here, so you're going to distribute the -1 to each term in the second polynomial. It's going to be minus 2a squared. -1 times 4a is -4a. -1 times 6 is -6. Then I'm going to look here and combine like terms. So I see an a squared and a squared. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3a squared. 7 minus 4a. The a's are both like terms. So 7 minus 4 is 3a, positive 3a. And then you got -3 minus 6. -3 minus 6 is the same as -3 plus a -6, which is going to be -9. So there's your answer. 3a squared plus 3a minus 9. Once again, similar type of problem. You're going to subtract the polynomials. Same method. Drop the parentheses in the first term. 8x squared minus 4x squared plus 6x. So same thing here. There's a -1 in front of there. So we're going to have to distribute that -1 to each term. So -1 times 3x. -1 times 3x to the third. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to go back. That 8x squared is actually 8x cubed. So -1 times 3x cubed. That's going to be -3x cubed. -1 times 2x squared is going to be -2x squared. Negative 1 times positive negative 5x. So negative 1 times negative 5x is going to be a positive 5x because the negatives here cancel each other out. And then do what I did last time, combine like terms. Now here we have a higher order, which is x to the third. So we're going to start with that first. 8x to the third minus 3x to the third, going to be 5x to the third. Negative 4x squared plus negative 2x squared, going to be negative 6x squared. The negative 4 plus a negative 2 is negative 6 squared. And then the last term is going to be the x's. So you got 6x's here, 5x's here, total of 11x's. That's your answer, 5x to the third minus 6x squared plus 11x. All right. Problem number 4. First thing we do, we're going to drop the parentheses on the left-hand side. Leave us with 9m squared minus 2m plus 4. So in front here is a negative 1, so we got to distribute that. Negative 1 times 5m squared is negative 5m squared. Negative 1 times 3m is negative 3m. Negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1 because the negatives cancel out. All right, so the highest term here is going to be the m squared. So 9m squared minus 5m squared is 4m squared. And then we're going to look at the m's. Negative 2 minus 3 is like the same as negative 2 plus a negative 3, which is negative 5m. And then the constants, plus 4 and plus 1, add them together, you get 5. So the answer for that, 4m squared minus 5m plus 5. And the last problem, you guessed it, subtract the polynomials. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to drop the parentheses for the left. Just rewrite the terms as is. In front of the second term is actually a negative 1, so we're going to distribute that negative 1. Negative 1 times 4p squared, negative 4p squared. Negative 1 times 3p is negative 3p. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. We're going to go through and combine like terms. So the p squared is the highest order term there. So 7p squared minus 4p squared is 3p squared. Then the p's, so 5p minus 3p, positive 2p. Negative 2 minus 8. So it's going to be negative 2 plus a negative 8. It's going to be a negative 10. And the answer for that one is 3p squared plus 2p minus 10. Now here we did very similar problems. All these problems all the way through are very similar types of problems with a similar method of how to solve them. So a couple things to remember. You're going to drop the left parentheses. You're going to drop everything. You're going to drop the parentheses and just bring everything down. Not going to change any signs. You're going to leave it as is. And this for the second term, you're going to distribute that negative 1 because that subtraction is in front of a parentheses. So you're going to distribute the negative 1 to all the terms in the second parentheses set. So just remember, that's an easy way of solving these. And this is definitely something that's going to pop up on standardized testing. So it's a good thing to practice. So once again, this is the Math Test Prep Pro. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful. And I always tell people, if you have a problem you want to solve or some type of problem you want me to bring up in my videos that you don't see, just let me know. I'd be glad to do that type of problem. But thank you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.